Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. We are live, back in effect. For those of you who don't know, this is Basketball Heads, baby. And if you haven't subscribed to the platform, make sure you hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell so you can stay in tune with what's going on. With that being said, welcome to Basketball Heads Live. I am your host, Glenn Poole Harding. And oh boy, we have a very special guest. This basketball head is an all-city honoree who played at the now closed Bishop Ford High School in Brooklyn. Being a resident of Staten Island, this basketball head traveled every day for a few hours to Brooklyn to make her dreams come true. At Bishop Ford High School, this basketball head became a four-star point guard ranked number 22 by ESPN Hoop Girls at her position and number 96 overall. So that means she was a top 100 player. Shout out to the NBPA Top 100 camp. Had to be on the committee there, but let's get back to our guest. As a junior, she led her team to its first ever CHSAA Brooklyn Queens Division I title game in 2012 with a game-winning shot. After being heavily recruited by schools like Seton Hall, Virginia Tech, Rutgers, Louisville, Boston College, Virginia. But this basketball head chose to stay home and attend St. John's University. At St. John's, she continued her amazing playmaking ability as an exciting player that possessed uncanny speed and quickness, along with a fierce competitiveness and the desire to win. This basketball head was named an All Big East honorable mention and the league's co-defensive player of the year. So how do you win co-defensive player of the year and not make all league? All right, we'll get into that. All right. Named to the All Met first team, of course, ranked sixth in the nation with 1,271 total minutes played and finished 13th in the country with 37.38 minutes per game played. Wow, she was a beast. Ranked 17th in the nation and led the Big East in assists with 6.2 dimes per game. Finished 14th in Division I and paced the conference with 210 total assists. The fifth most in a single season in program's history. Now you can catch her as the director of recruiting at her alma mater, St. John's University, as she continues to shape the landscape of the program. So, without further ado, help me welcome to the show Bishop Ford High School legend and St. John's University great, Aaliyah Lewis.
Y'all ready?
Y'all ready?
Yes. You have just stepped into the world of chaos. Where everybody goes hard. Come on. Go hard. Go hard. Go hard. Go hard. Go hard. Go hard. Or go home. Never back down. You gotta hold your own. Go hard. Go hard. Go hard. Go hard. Go hard. Go hard. East Coast. Go hard. West Coast. Go hard. Midwest. Go hard. Dirty. Hurry up, everybody. Get online, buy your tickets, cause the game about to start.
Hey, what's happening? What's happening, Queen?
What's up?
I'm doing well.
That was that was a good intro.
There you go.
That was a good intro. Okay.
I'm hearing some feedback. I don't know why I'm hearing feedback on my side.
What you hearing?
I'm hearing some feedback, like my voice coming back to me.
Oh, okay.
Turn your volume. How's your volume? Can you hear me?
I hear you clear.
Okay. Okay. Now, whatever you did, it stopped.
When you can't hear me no more?
No, I can hear you, but the echo and stop.
Oh, the echo's out. All right, cool.
You probably have something in front of it. It's probably bouncing off your bottle. I don't know what it's bouncing off of.
Put that down.
Now I can hear it. Now I can hear it back again.
Oh man, hold on.
We got time. We got time, Queen. We got
How
time.
about now?
Okay. Oh, we good. We good.
I just
Perfect.
had to do a little something real quick. Okay.
Perfect.
Okay.
Hi, how you doing? How you doing this evening?
I'm amazing. How you?
Listen, I had problems with that. I had problems with I still hear it now, but I had problems with you making co-defensive player of the year in the Big East. That's big. Pause. Like and then you don't make it like a team. Like honorable mention is cool, but when you're co-defensive player of the year and putting in all the minutes that you played and the assists that you dished out, I think you're worthy.
I agree with you, but I look at it as it is what it is. I mean, I did what I had to do, and surprisingly, like it's crazy too. Like when did the defensive player of the year? Mind you, I was probably like the smallest guard in the league. Like no lie, I was probably like the smallest guard in the league. So hey, I'm just grateful enough, I got some. I put in the work, I got some. I'll be grateful for that.
And we celebrate you tonight.
Appreciate it. Let's do it.
No doubt.
Let's get into it. Let's get into it. It's a
All right,
lot to talk about.
I'm still this is getting on my nerves because I experienced this with Nikki Avery, and I never put up a show because when it on the playback, that noise is getting on my nerves. Can you pick your phone up for a second and see what happens?
You can hear me now?
Yes, it stopped. I think whatever is on, I think whatever is on is bouncing off.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. All right. So who introduced you to the game?
You said what?
Who introduced you to the game?
My dad. Yeah, I got introduced real early. Like I was in a stroller. Yeah. It was forced on me to play the game.
And I remember you telling me off camera that your dad was a baller himself.
Yeah, like my dad, he used to hoop. He went to Port Richmond High School in Staten Island. I hear a lot of great things about him, but like, when you're a kid and when people talk about your parent, they like, yo, he was nice. Like, I don't believe none of that. Like, I didn't see it. So, but like clearly he had to have some type of game, to be able to like pour it into me. I got his genes anyway, so he probably was a little something. He probably looked good.
Yeah, the way you came out, he was real good. He was real good, for sure. So let's talk about your time growing up in Staten Island and how it shaped you as a person and a player.
So yeah, I'm from Staten Island. Let's put that out there. I'm from Staten Island. I am not from Brooklyn. 'Cause a lot of people think I'm from Brooklyn. I am from Staten Island, born and raised. Born and raised. So I grew up in New Brighton, Jersey Street. Um, Growing up in Staten Island, it was really cool. I didn't grow up in the best, situation, like I grew up in, low income neighborhood, but I didn't let that affect me. I would just like be super grateful for my parents, like my mom and my dad, to be able to, see that I had a talent and saw that I loved basketball really early. And for them to just, invest into that and push me towards that instead of everything else that was going on. Growing up, I grew up with a lot of kids and stuff, but pretty much I was like the only one who was like really like focused. Like no shade to them, but like my parents seen that really early and they did their best to just push me away from it. Like you play basketball, okay, we gonna leave you over here. Okay, you want to play AAU here you go. You want to play CYO, here you go. So it was a really great experience though, and I appreciate my dad for introducing the game to me, and my dad was like a big super huge part, of my career. Cause he used to like take all the kids in my neighborhood and like bring us to all these different basketball tournaments. So that's why I said like it really was just like pushed onto me because like when I was in the stroller, my dad used to take the kids in the neighborhood and bring them all over like different tournaments in Staten Island, across the water, and I'll be in the stroller. And as I got older, it was just like pushed onto me like, okay, now you want to play? Here you go. Here's the ball.
Right.
Now you on the team. So That's how
Did
it pretty much came
Did
about.
you play against a lot of boys coming up?
That's all I played with coming up. I played with boys all the way up until like seventh grade, seventh, eighth grade. Matter of fact, I want to say eighth grade, up until eighth grade. That's when I like stopped playing with the boys and went straight with the girls.
Do you remember your first game under the whistle?
Yes, I remember my first game. I had a game at Goodju. It was like right up the block from my house. It was a game called Goodju. I don't even know what you call it. It was like a little recreation center called Goodju. And I remember my dad told my mom like the night before, like, yo, you got a basketball game. She got a basketball game. I put her in the game. So then my mom took me to the mall. We bought some sneakers, we bought some shorts, and I was hyped to play. I was like super excited, to play. I was like cheesing. So then, the day of the game, the final score, first of all, I was gassing my mother and my dad up, like, yeah, I'm about to get buckets. I'm about to score. The game ended 6-4. We won. I ain't scored one basket though, but that was my first basketball game. I remember it though.
Oh, that's awesome. That's awesome.
hmm
Wow, wow. Do you remember who coached that game?
No, I don't remember. I don't remember who
Okay,
coached that.
okay.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's a long time, long
yeah,
time.
it's a long
Now,
time ago.
I know CYO is really huge on Staten Island, unlike
Yeah.
in the boroughs, but on Staten
Mhm.
Island, it's huge. Did you play, and how long did you play?
So I want to say I started fifth grade, if I'm not mistaken. I want to say maybe fifth grade because I played with Mount Carmel. That's the first team that I played with, and that was with the boys. I played with the boys. Um, so I'll say probably like I started with fifth grade because I played with the boys up until I think eighth grade or seventh grade. Like people don't even know the story behind that. Like
Hmm.
I played with the boys and we was in the C division. If you don't know about the CYO and C division, you couldn't press. You had to play defense behind the 3-point line, and then once the ref say go, then you could come out and pressure the ball. Like it was crazy.
Wow.
Yes, I played with the boys and we won the championship in the C division. So they bumped us up now to the B division. Mind you, I'm the only girl on the team. So then after that, that I played in the B division and then we lost in like the semifinals. And then when we lost, the boys were like separate. They were like celebrating. I'm like, damn, I'm a whole girl and y'all hyped because y'all beat me. But whatever, it is what it is. So then I got the word from my dad, like they was saying, like, I don't know, like the boys didn't want me to play with them no more. Not my team, but like basically like the CYO was saying, like, okay, you're going up to like seventh grade now and it's gonna get a little bit more physical. So now you gotta go play with the girls. So then basically like my dad was like, yo, who you want to play with? Pick a team. And I'm like, I want to play for Blessed Sacrament. So then my dad somehow he made it happen. So then now I'm playing with Blessed Sacrament. And we was in the preseason and we won the preseason tournament, and then that's when like adversity hit. I don't know. I can't really explain to you what happened. My mom could probably explain it a little bit better, but basically I got like kicked off the team because I wasn't like Catholic or something like that. But yeah, it was like a whole big like scandal or whatever. But I feel like certain people told on me, but not to get into that. But basically, people told on me, and then the CYO said you can go back to the boys. It was some craziness, yeah. So I went back to the boys, and I had to play with the boys for one more year and then that following eighth grade year, I was able to go back to the girls.
You were too good.
I ain't want to say that, but
I'm saying that. I know. Trust me. I know. I play CYO. I know how it
I
go.
ain't want to say that though. But
You were too good. It was like,
yeah.
no, she's not gonna come over here and dominate like this. You're not
hmm
Catholic. You don't go to our church.
Yep. There you go. All of that was
Trust
played
me.
into it. You
Yes.
know.
Yep. Yep. Experienced that before, so definitely know. Salute to my
hmm
guy Ayatollah Beats, number one basketball head out there. Appreciate you, brother. Um, yeah, it could get kind of crazy. It could get
Yeah,
kind
it
of crazy,
can.
and then and you're on Staten Island too, so yeah, we won't go there. I love all my
hmm
people out of Staten Island. Um, and then you kind of grew out of CYO and started playing AAU, right?
Absolutely.
What was that like? And was the first team you played with, or your home team, was it Ring City?
That was my second team I went to. That was the second team.
Okay. What
Yeah,
was your
I'm
first
not one of
team?
them kids who bounce around a lot. I'm super loyal to who I rock with. So I only play with two teams. So I honestly started with a Staten Island local team. It was called PAL Diamonds. They were like,
Yes,
yeah, that's where I started. I started with the PAL Diamonds, and we were really good. I still like talk to some of my teammates that I played with, but that's who I started with.
I need to get
They
in
were really good.
contact with the people who run that because I definitely want to give them some exposure.
You do what's so
They,
crazy? I just connected with them just recently. Like I went back to Staten Island and I did a little camp with some of the girls.
let's
hmm
make it happen
I got you. I got you. I'll make that happen for you.
for sure, for sure. And
Yeah.
then, how long did you play with them before you moved over to Ring City?
So I started with the PL Diamonds at 9. Yeah, I started with them at 9 and then I left at 12 years old. Yeah, I was left at 12 years old. And then cuz I was originally supposed to play for the Gauchos right after. People don't know that. Like when I was with the PL Diamonds, I had like went to a couple workouts with the Gauchos, but I was working out with the 17U team. Mind you, I'm a baby. I'm like young. And I was working out with the 17U team. And shout out to Walter Welsh. That's like my godfather. I love him to death. But shout out to Walter Welsh because he was somebody who I was like working out with when I was like young. I met him when I was in fifth grade. I met him when I was in fifth grade. My mom took me up to all the way up to the Bronx. We worked out at JFK High School, and that was the first workout I ever went to. You ever went to a workout and you went over defense?
Yes.
I never went to a work. That was the first time I ever went to a workout, and the men went over defense. Like we was actually like that's why I learned with one pass away, two pass away, getting help. I'm not lying to you. Like that's what we were doing in the workout. Mind you, the workout was like 3 hours long. The workout was like 3 hours long, but it was a really good workout. I learned a lot, and if you know Walter, like he was himself. Like that's all I can say. Like from me being a little girl, fifth grade, he was just being himself, and my mom fell in love with him just off of the way like how he was like coaching me and like teaching me and just him being him. So after that workout, my mom was like, "Oh, I like him," and then I fell asleep in the car. So my mom was like, "Oh yeah, we gonna keep you with him."
Right.
So then,
He's
so
gonna
then
wear
my
you
mom
out.
was, so my mom in her head was like, "All right, we're gonna make this transition soon where you gonna play for the Gauchos." But then Walter had spoke with my dad and he was talking to him about Ring City. Now this is when Ring City came into the picture. So um pretty much Ron Hopper and Maria Hopper, that was their program. They connected with Walter and they came up with Ring City all together. And then
Chicago Bulls, Ron Harper.
yeah. So so then basically like they came
And
about it.
and 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 you said Maria, right?
Maria Hopper, yeah.
She runs like New York, New York.
Yeah,
She's like,
yeah. Uh-huh. Yep.
mhm, mhm.
So basically with them uh they came about with the whole Ring City thing, and then Walter had called my dad and was like, "Yo, listen, we not going Gauchos, she coming to Ring City." And then he was like, "I got a team for her, she's gonna be good." And then my father believed in Walter, and then that's when I moved over to Ring City and we were EYBL.
Wow.
hmm
Does Ring City still exist?
no, it doesn't, not no more.
Now, when I first got introduced to you, um, it was my people who live on Staten Island was telling me about you. Uh, my guy Footy.
Oh, you know footy.
Yeah. I know
You
some
watched me
people out
grow
there.
up.
There you go. And I was like, she went to Bishop Ford? Why? How did that happen? How did you get from living in Staten Island to making that transition over to Bishop Ford? And how was it? How was that transition for you coming into a high school in Brooklyn from Staten Island?
So first, originally, I was supposed to go to St. Peter's on Staten Island. Me personally, I didn't want to go, even though they were a great program. But I didn't want to go. I didn't want to go to an all girls school myself. Like I didn't want to. And then, mind you, I'm a kid that went to public school her whole life. So I was like, no, I don't want to go to a Catholic school. And then I was saying to myself, like, I don't want to go to an all girls school. On top of that, so then pretty much I didn't know where I was going. Then I was telling my mom, like, how about Mary Bertram? Because I always just heard about Mary Bertram was
Yep.
like a good basketball school. So I'm like, how about Mary Bertram? Like I was just throwing things out there. So mind you, it's like August now. I don't have a school where I'm going. I really don't. But then I just remember One random day, my dad came to my house 7:30 in the morning with a guy. And basically he knocked on the door and he was like, "Where your mother at?" And my mom came out and it was Ruben, Coach Ruben. Coach Ruben came to my house 7:30 in the morning with my dad and basically talking about Bishop Ford. And that's how I ended up at Bishop Ford, honestly. Like, he spoke to my mom. Whatever he told her, he he got my mother. And my mother was like, she'll be at the school tomorrow to visit. And that's how I ended up at Bishop Ford.
Shout out to Ruben to
Yeah,
make that
shout out to
happen
Ruben.
because
Shout
you
out to
came
Ruben.
from Staten Island to
Hmm.
Bishop Ford. It's crazy. So you
Hmm.
know you had to be successful. Real Love said, shout out Miss Lewis. Her father used to ref our games in prep school and CNC prep in Staten Island.
That's true. That's love. That's love.
No doubt. Oh yeah, you know I had to blow the whistle. You know I had to blow the whistle. I had told him for sure, for sure. That's crazy, right? Now,
Hmm.
I read in a post that people always try to get you to run track because of your speed.
Oh, that was fast. I can see that. I mean, nah, I don't know. I was fast, like younger, man, but I never thought about it. Honestly, all I knew was basketball. That's all I knew was the ball. That's all I knew. So honestly, if I probably didn't run track, I probably would have enjoyed that.
Did you like kill everybody like in sprints and stuff like that?
Oh
Was you
yeah,
all
running was my thing. I'm always winning when it come to running. Yeah, running
right?
was my thing. I ain't never get tired,
Mm-mm-mm. How was your commute back and forth?
man. I struggled in the beginning. I struggled in the beginning. Cause I think the first time I went to Bishop Ford, I had to commute like I was commuting through the bus. I was commuting through the bus because my mom was scared for me to take the boat by myself. My mom was scared for me to take the boat by myself, so she made me learn the route where I had to take like the 52 bus to the I forgot what was the bus across the bridge, whatever that bus was, and there was two more buses after that. And I
It's a
was
lot
telling
of
my
buses.
mom, like, no, like this commute is ridiculous. It's too long. Like the commute was long regardless, but like I just felt like it was like 2.5 through the bus.
Right.
Like 2.5. But eventually I spoke to my dad and I'm like, Dad, like, no, you gotta convince my mom to let me take the boat. Like it's easier. Cause I remember my dad telling me, like, if you take the boat, it's easier. So I had to like
Facts.
really convince my dad to convince my mom, like, let mom believe in me, let mom trust me. Like, so I had to do all of that. So then I told my dad, he ended up talking to my mom, and then we like came to an agreement. So then my mother was like, okay, if she takes the boat, you gotta take her on a, like, you gotta travel with her, like you gotta show her the way. So then pretty much he showed me the way, and then that was my commute. So I pretty much woke up at like 5:50 in the morning every day. 5:50 in the morning every day. Got dressed on my own. Like nobody was waking me up. That's the thing people don't know. Like people don't even know like what my living situation was at that time. Like so I was pretty much like on my own doing this grind. So I was waking up on my own, making sure I eat breakfast, just making sure everything was good with me. And then just catching the boat. I'll either take the bus to the ferry or I will walk to the ferry because I live in New Brighton, so it's not that far to get to the ferry. So I would do that, and then I would take the boat across the water, which is a 30-minute commute. Then once you get across, I would take the R train to the F train, and then that's how I would get to Bishop Ford. But then remember, Sandy happened where the hurricane hit us.
Yeah.
So when you go across the water and you get off the boat, the R train's right there. That got flooded. So then I had to take the 4-5 train to the A train to the F train, and that was my commute every day.
Wow.
Hmm.
That's crazy. I know that commute because I grew up in Crown Heights in Bed-Stuy and had to go all the way out to Lincoln. So that
Oh,
was true.
Coney
That was
Island.
true. That was true. It
Ooh.
wasn't Staten Island, but it was similar commute.
Yeah, I feel you.
Yeah, yeah. So, like, when did you start to come into your own? Like, did you do this regular freshman JV? How they do it, Catholic school? Like, what was your process getting into Bishop Ford?
So, that year when I said I was gonna go to Bishop Ford, like that summer, not that summer, but like right before like that August, they have like teen camps and stuff like that. And then they
Yep.
also had the Rose Classic. So that was my first time ever being introduced like to the Rose Classic. So nobody knew who I was. So like I wasn't like a freshman just yet, but like it was like that August. So I played in the Rose Classic. And when I played in the Rose Classic, pretty much everybody was like, "Wait, hold on, who is this kid?" Nobody knew who I was, so everybody didn't know me because I'm a kid from Staten Island, so nobody knew who I was. And then I was pretty good. So I got like my first nickname. That's why everybody called me the Rabbit now. So then that's how like I pretty much got through. And then I felt like that was my breakthrough, like playing in the Rose Classic. Like everybody started to know, like, oh shit, like this kid good. Like who is this kid? And then I think that was like my breakthrough. And then from there, I just like took off. So I played JV my first year. I decided to play JV my first year because me and another girl came into the school together. Her name was Africa Williams.
Africa Williams.
Yeah,
Yes, you mentioned
me
it.
and her
Yep.
came in as the backcourt. Like that's what Ruben was telling us. Like, yo, it's gonna be y'all two. So then me and her just decided like together, like, yo, we gonna play JV. Like, so it could just be us two. We could do what we gotta do. We could win too. We know we gonna win. Like we was just super confident in ourselves that we'll win. So then we played JV and we killed JV. We went undefeated the whole season. We won every game and we won the city championship.
Yeah, yeah, definitely, definitely.
Hmm.
Thank God for Antoine Merichon for everything he does for the city, especially
Yeah,
with the
shout out to
Rose
Anton.
Classic.
Good
That's
people.
right. My
He look
God.
out for me still.
That's right. And
Hmm.
and me too. So, we call him the king maker and queen maker.
Okay.
Facts. So, look, you talk about the undefeated season, right? Y'all won the school's first city title, Brooklyn Queens playing JV for Ford. How was it playing with Africa Williams?
Oh, it was great. She was a shooter. She was a shooter. And she had a scoring mentality. So it was pretty much it was easy. Like me, I was able to score the ball, but like I'm more of a pass first type of guard.
Hmm.
I was more of a pass first type of guard. But it was just easy because she could just shoot the pill. Like we running in transition. All you gotta do is run with me. I'm gonna give you the ball. So like she was one of them guards that I was able to play with, and she was a D1 player too. On top of that, so like it was easy to mesh with her. Like backcourt, like us in the backcourt can't go wrong with that. Like I was a pure point guard, and she was a pure shooting guard. So it was just easy to play with her, honestly.
I would love to get her on because I want to try to figure out why did she transfer to Banneker. Like I read about that as well, but I
Yeah,
definitely
ask
want
her
to
that.
hear it
Yeah,
from
ask her that.
I definitely want to hear it from her. Salute to my guy Munch. What up, Munch? Appreciate you, brother.
Hmm.
Yes, sir. Yes,
Hmm.
sir. Appreciate you, brother. Yeah. So now your varsity year, right? Hopefully I'm making this right. Uh, well, listen, I'm gonna set the stage. You tell me what year, right?
Hmm.
Um, the score's tied with 8.3 seconds left
I already
against
know what you about to
Archbishop
say.
Malloy, right? You dribbled the ball up the left side, drove and hit a ridiculous circus shot with point 0.4 seconds remaining on the clock. Her basket gave Bishop Ford the 55-53 victory. Like, what was that like? Like, walk us through that moment because just reading it, and I'm saying to myself, wow, right? You guys won the Division I girls basketball semifinal, and y'all advanced to your first ever title
Hmm.
versus Christ the King.
Christ the King.
Yes,
Hmm.
walk me through that moment and that amazing shot.
So I remember it vividly. So it was we played Malloy, and I remember it was this girl. She just scored. She just scored, like literally just scored. I remember it. And then I remember like I looked up at the clock, and I think I seen like 8. And then I'm like, I'm gonna get the ball off the outlet. And now once I caught the ball, I knew I wasn't passing. I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm like, we gonna live and die with me right now. So I caught the ball off the outlet, and then I just went. I don't know. For some reason, I make circus shots. For some reason, I don't know. I'm just good at finishing at the basket, and I make these circus shots. I don't know how I do it, but it just happens for me. So like, I just knew the game was either we gonna lose or win with me with the ball in my hand. I remember it vividly too. I just caught the outlet. I think it was on the left side too. I was on the left side. And I think I went middle, and then I think I got fouled too. It was a bump. Some people said I walked. Ref did call it though. And then I just, I got hit. So once I get hit, I throw the ball up in the air. That's just automatically because I'm gonna hear the whistle. That's just how I play. Like
Right.
if I take the bump, I'm gonna throw it up so I can get the two shots. So then, but I always kept my eyes on the rim though. That's the thing people don't understand. My eyes was always on the rim though. So I took the bump, threw it up, went in, game over.
Wow. That is crazy. Now, I've witnessed two players this year who were the man on their team on the boys' side who gave up that chance to win the game. And for me, I'm always disappointed in that because I'm saying if you brought them all the way to that point, and then now you go, okay, you win the game for us. Like, no, you win the game for your team. You brought y'all to that point. Even in the game, it wasn't like they was having bad games. They were having good games, but chose to give up that winning shot, and it cost them both times.
The ball get heavy in some people's hands, at that moment.
That's a
The ball
fact.
get heavy. Some people just ain't, built for it. That's like a situation like, LeBron and Jordan. LeBron gonna make that pass. Jordan gonna shoot it. So
Hey, I'm tired of hearing these people saying, he the GOAT. Well, everybody know. Everybody knows. Mike is the GOAT. That's it. Everybody can have their own opinion. It's all good. Let's talk about some of the people who you came up playing against because I don't think people realize how good New York City girls basketball was during this era that you played, and how many people you had to go up against that was super talented.
I was just having this conversation just recently, like how people don't understand with the Catholic League back then. Like people used to talk about how we were like probably like one of the top conferences in the country, like the Brooklyn Queens. Also, too, another thing was like during that time, every team had about 2 to 3 D1 girls. That's a lot for like each team.
That's a fact.
Like every team, and I can like name all these girls like on each team, honestly, like who we had to play against. Like we run down the list, like, and I could just remember like every team had
Give
about
us
two
some.
to
Give
three.
us some. Let's
Give you some. All
give.
right, here we
Yeah.
go. Shoot, we even start with like Christ the King. Like Christ the King had Sierra Calhoun. What's the name? Was older than me. Bria Smith, Nia. I think her name was like Nia Oden or something like that. She went to Illinois.
Brianna Butler was there, right?
But no. We didn't even get there yet. That's Nas. That's Nas. We
Oh,
didn't even get there
I
yet.
forgot Christ the King. You
We
right?
didn't even get
Oh
there
my
yet. We
God,
didn't even get there
McDonald All
yet. But
American. That's right.
who else King had? King had some D1. They had some D1 girls. I think her name's Colin. Colin was over there. Like that's just 4 D1 girls right there. I just named you. Like
And they have the most city championships out of any program, boys or girls.
absolutely. Mary Lewis. Mary Lewis had Corinne, Rihanna. Jasmine Awaji was there. Before she transferred. Who else was there? Jordan Augustus was there. May Lynn was there. Who else we got? Who's the Queen School? St. Francis Pratt. I'm not gonna lie, they were a little weak. Malloy had Gallagher. I forgot her first name. Monty Tatum. And then they had what's her name? She coaches the head coach of Scaling right now. She was there though. Scaling girls
Mercedes
team.
Dukes. Mercedes Dukes.
Not Mercedes. Mercedes older than me. It's the other girl. Dang, I forgot her name. But she was there. Bishop Loughlin. Bishop Loughlin had Monty Tate. Jazz. I forgot Jazz last name. Jazz went to LaSalle. They had like Chelsea. They had another girl. Like they had some pieces there. Nas, Nas was loaded. They had McDonald's All Americans. The list is crazy with Nas. Like honestly, like they had a crazy list. From Darius to Bianca, Sadie, Brianna Butler, Tiff,
Wow.
Brichet. I'm missing people, but they were just loaded. And then with us, we had some pieces too. We had some pieces. Me, Aaliyah Jones, Shanice, G-Lo.
Is it Roger McCoy, McToy, or Naisha Isery?
Yes. Naisha, something like that. Yes,
Definitely,
her.
definitely.
She was there. So yes, they were just loaded. Like they were loaded though. Yeah, I miss
That's
Shaklasia
crazy.
Brown. Shaklasia Brown. Yeah, Shaklasia Brown. She went to college at Charleston. She was at Nas too. So
Wow.
yeah, like it was just loaded. So every game was just a heavy hitter, honestly.
Wow. Well, we're gonna keep going down memory lane, right? Because I want to talk about that amazing game against Powerhouse Nazareth High School playing against McDonald's All American,
Mhm,
Breonna Butler, right?
mhm,
So Coach Mike Toro. So something changed in Aaliyah at halftime. The team down 4 to rival Nazareth. We were
mhm.
talking, and she was just looking straight across. The Bishop Ford head coach said, "You would call her name, and she wouldn't even look at you.
I
She
get
was
like
getting
that.
in the zone.
I get
That
like
she
that.
was." And you said you was mad at yourself, right?
Mhm, mhm,
And you wanted to take your frustration out on the Lady Kingsmen. And
mhm,
said the sensational junior scored 14 of her 16 points in the second half, including
mhm,
10 during the changing 17 to 2 third quarter run, right? Ford's
mhm.
stifling defense and dominance of the boards allowed it to hold on for a 65-57 upset of the nationally ranked Nazareth High School. Woo!
Mhm. Mhm.
That is crazy right there.
I remember that game. I remember that game.
At
See, people
at
don't
the
even know the
time, right?
backstory. The
Yeah, give me
backstory
the
behind that
backstory.
game.
Yup.
God bless his soul, Apache. So,
Yes, definitely. A
so
legend.
we play every team twice. So we ended up playing, Nazareth at their house. And we kind of played Nazareth kind of like right after like Apache had died, like after the funeral and everything. So we
Mm.
played against them. So we went out to, Nazareth. We played them there. I'm not gonna lie to you, it was probably the most I ever lost in my life. I think they beat us by like 40. I'm not lying to you. They
Ooh.
beat us by like 40. It was nasty. But like, so I played with a whole bunch of girls. Like my team was a whole bunch of Exodus girls too. So they were kind of affected by, the situation too. So it was just nasty there. I don't even want to talk about it. I remember it vividly though. People, they were on Facebook. They posted the score on Facebook. Like they were clowning us. So like I remembered all of that when I'm like, all right, watching y'all spin back on us. Like watch when y'all come to Ford. That was the only thing going through my head because like I never lost by that much. So pretty much we played them at our house. And I just remember like I was not playing well that first half, and I'm very hard on myself, and I know by me playing bad, we're not gonna win. Like I have to bring something to the table, within if it's scoring or if I have to make everybody else better, or if I gotta be able to get these people to score. If I gotta put them in position to score, like then again I gotta be vocal. I gotta make sure we playing defense. So like I just felt like I wasn't doing what I had to do in that first half. And when I get hard on myself, I don't talk to nobody. That's just how I am. I look straight. I actually had one of these episodes in college one time. Like I just don't talk to nobody. And then again, with Mike Toro, the thing people don't understand with Mike Toro, he know how to get to you. Like one thing about Toro, he knows how to get to you. Like he does. So pretty much like I just blocked everybody out and I'm just saying to myself, like, all right, I know what I gotta do when I come back out there. So then second half, I just remember though, I'm like, nah, like I just went off. I just went off. And they were loaded too. They were loaded. They
Sitting
were
there with
loaded.
2 points, like, nah,
Yeah,
hold
nah,
on.
they were loaded. I just like, nah, I'm gonna come out second half and we're gonna win this game.
Wow.
Hmm.
That is amazing. Nationally ranked too. How many teams can say they knocked off a nationally ranked team? Honestly, a lot of times we go out of town and we play against those nationally ranked teams, or sometimes if
Hmm.
they're here, you know,
Hmm. Yep.
they getting beat by 40 sometimes.
Hmm. Yeah, 40 is nasty though. I ain't never lost by that much in
That's
my
crazy.
life. Hmm.
Now your senior year comes up, and how was your senior year? Um, and what was the recruiting process for you like during that year?
So like approaching like my senior year, I remember my last year at AAU. I was coach, I'm very close with Walter Wells. She's like a part of, my whole basketball career, honestly. And just as far as like the AAU side, I started to get like tons of offers, like so many. I probably had like 20 plus offers
Mm,
by at least like my last year at AAU, like 20 plus, 30 plus. So I had options, and it was like time to like start narrowing it down. Like no offense to certain schools, but it's like I'm not going there, honestly. So, I appreciate the call and everything, but like I'm not gonna waste nobody's time. So I got to be upfront with what I want to do like moving forward. So then, I sat down with Walter and was just telling him like, okay, I think these are the schools that I want to lean towards more. And my decision, with schools was all me. Like Walter doesn't do nothing. All Walter is just an ear, and he just gives you the pros and the cons. That's it. So sat down with him, and I narrowed my schools down to five, which was St. John's, Seton Hall, Virginia Tech, Syracuse, and NC State. So then
Ooh, big
that was like my
time.
five. Yeah, yeah. So those are my five, and um, I eventually cut it down to three, and I took out Syracuse and NC State because I just felt like the relationship wasn't what I wanted. Because how I looked at my recruitment process, like it's a relationship. Like you gotta want me. Like you know what I'm saying? Like you gotta want me. Like I'm not about to be in no situation where it's just like I want you and you don't want me. Like this ain't gonna work then for real. So I was looking at like, all right, these are the people that like truly want me. So then I'm like, all right, cool, we gonna rock with them. And mind you, people don't even know, like Rutgers was my first offer in 8th grade. St. John's was my second. Yeah, St. John's was my second offer in 8th grade. So then I looked at that like, okay, they've been around, like St. John's. Seton Hall, I loved them because they had a WNBA legend as their head coach at the time, and Donovan, God bless her soul. And Donovan was a coach. So I'm like, okay, I'm playing for a WNBA, coach right now. And then Virginia Tech was just pretty much like the ball was just gonna be in my hand at Virginia Tech. Like it was just like it's the Aaliyah show. So um so that's how I pretty much like narrowed down, my three. And then, AAU, I finished off the year, really good with Ring City. So that's why I had like all these tons of offers. And then like I just went into my high school season like, okay, let's just lock in and let's focus on winning a state championship. Because I'm very big on winning. So I'm like, all right, we ain't gonna really focus on the schools too much. Like right now, you had your five and you narrowed them down to three. Now let's just focus like on the high school season. And pretty much, early on I had to, make my decision. It was getting a little chaotic for me just with all the calls. And I'm like, okay, I think I know where I want to go. Like after I did all my visits, I'm like, all right, cool. I think I know where I want to go. And I called up Walter. That was the first person I called. I called him up like, I think I got my decision. I think I want to go to St. John's. And he's like, okay. Like he didn't give me like nothing else. Like I'm thinking like you gonna tell me like give me something back, like tell me if I'm making the right decision or not, or wrong decision. Like he was just more of like, that's what you want to do, go ahead, believe in yourself. And people don't even know at this time too, my father was incarcerated, so I didn't even have my dad at the time to help me make this decision. So I pretty much was like doing it on my own. My mother was there with me though, but my mom didn't really know too much about basketball. All my mom know is like, oh, you got to pay for this, you got to pay for that. Like she'll invest in me, and you got a game, I'll be there. Like I had her support 100% behind that. But pretty much I had to like really figure things out on my by myself, and just hope I make the right decision, which I think I did. And then pretty much that's how I chose St. John's, and they've been there from the beginning. I was like always there. I went to like their team camps. I went to like their regular elite camp one time. So like it just so happened like that was the school for me. And their point guard was like leaving. So that was another thing I looked into. Like, oh, she leaving? Oh, I could come right in and play. Because I want to play. I think I'm good enough to play right away. So that's why I chose St. John's. And then my family could come and watch me play whenever. And it was just the right fit. And then I got along with all the girls there. Like I felt like they were just like me. Like they were just like me, like personality, and I that played a huge role, in my recruitment process too. So I chose St. John's, and then from the remaining of my senior year, it was like, okay, now all you gotta do is focus on basketball, just win a state championship. And I had the right pieces with me too to win a state championship. I had some really good girls. Everyone was bought in, and we went all the way and won a state championship.
Wow. What
Mhm.
a way to leave high school.
Mhm.
That's amazing. That's amazing. And hearing you talk about your process and selecting the school and why you select St. John's, and
Mhm.
I think that'd be helpful for a lot of girls and even guys who are going through that same process. Because a lot of times, if you don't know, you don't know, and if
Mhm.
nobody give you that information,
Mhm.
you had the presence of mind to do the research yourself and
Mhm.
understand what's going to be the best fit for you. What do you say to young people, being a director of recruitment, knowing that, these kids got to make decisions to come to you? Um, what kind of message do you give them? Is it similar to what you went through, or how's your approach on that?
Well, first thing first, I'm currently not even at St. John's at the moment, so I'm not even there. But I could tell you like what I'm doing and everything later on. Though. So I'm not at St. John's no more though. But
Okay.
what I can tell people is like as far as like the recruiting process or like what you mean exactly like how to go about
Yeah.
their recruiting process.
Yes. Yes.
Um, Pretty much. Like yes, first thing first, do your research. And understand like who you're communicating with. Like, I know a lot of schools come on late and stuff like that, and that's okay, but like do your research as far as like who's there. Like look at the roster, because it all depends on you. If you're somebody who want to play 2 years behind somebody, 3 years behind somebody, 1 year behind somebody. Like, look at that. Also, just pay attention to like with the coaches, like your conversation with these coaches. Like, what are y'all talking about? Know what you want out of a school too. It's okay to know what you want and ask for the things that you want. And if they can't fulfill those needs, you know, then this may not be the school for you. But don't get me wrong, like all your boxes may not be checked, and don't think no situation is going to be perfect, and understand that you're gonna go through some things, and just be able to. You have to be able to understand that and fight through that though. But you should know what you're getting yourself into pretty much. Like if you got a school that's not communicating with you all the time, that's not the school for you. Even though yes, you may want to go there, they don't really probably want you. Because if a school really wants you, they're going to be calling you constantly. They're gonna always be checking in with you. They like right now, social media is the thing. They're gonna probably like a post. They're gonna like do their little things like that they do as recruiting. So you just gotta do your research and just know like who's on you. Like pretty much. And just make your decision from there. And then know when you get into that situation, know it's not going to be perfect. And then you got to really just work your ass off.
No doubt, no doubt. Great message. Your coach Mike Toro is on the check-in. I think he's on Instagram. Said Aaliyah the GOAT. He said, and we returned the favor and beat them. Right? That's right. Yeah,
You know
he told me,
it.
yeah, for sure. For
You
sure.
know it.
Legendary coach,
Mhm.
Bishop Ford High School. Uh nah, that's dope, man. That's dope. Um
Mhm.
Now I'm still here somehow. Anyway, it's not as bad. What was like the transition when you got into St. John's as a freshman on and off the court, and how once you got there, right? Because a lot of times kids think it's a good fit, but how did you know when you got there it really was a good fit?
I was prepared. Um, I was prepared. So I already knew when I come in, like I already had the mindset. I was confident in myself. That's the thing people don't understand. Like I truly believe in myself as a basketball player. So I came in and I already just knew like, all right, you're gonna have to work, but know who you are still too. Like you can play. You came here for a reason. So you're gonna have to compete, because people don't even know St. John's was ranked 14th in the country the year before. Like
Mm.
before, like when I my senior year, St. John's girls was ranked like 14 in the country. So then I'm like, okay, like I got big shoes to fill. But I was already ready for it. I was prepared. Shout out to my coaches because they're the ones that like prepare me for this, like letting me know like what you about to step into. Like I was in great shape. I was somebody who was very already vocal as a point guard. I'm not somebody you gonna tell like, oh, you gotta play hard. I'm gonna do that already. So I can say my transition was pretty smooth. I think what really the part that where I had to figure out was when like adversity really hit because I came into St. John's. I started right away. I started like the first 10 games. I was really good. I went like Big East Rookie of the Week. Um, and everything. I mean, honestly, everything was good. Like basketball wise, I was good. School wise, like I was just good. Like I can't even complain. Like if I had any issues, the transition was good. But I think where my adversity had hit was starting the first 10 games, and then the fifth year senior came back, and she basically played my position. That's when she took over the starting role, and that's when my minutes cut down. And I think at that point was when adversity hit because at that point I'm looking at it like I see my minutes going down. I'm looking at it like okay, I ain't getting on the floor that much. I ain't gotta come upstairs and watch film. It ain't no minute. It ain't no film on me. I'm just like, all right, I ain't gotta work on my game. I ain't gotta work on my jump shot, which is the bad mentality. And looking back, I'm saying, and I preach this to kids now who I coach or who I have like some type of impact or influence on. I let them know exactly what I did. Cause I'm letting them know what I went wrong at, where it's like, yes, if you're not playing this, down the third, don't just take yourself out of it. Like, just don't take yourself out of it just because you're in your feelings, because you're not playing the amount of minutes that you feel like you should be playing. So then I just struggled after that. Like, I just didn't work on my game because I just felt like it wasn't no point for me to work on my game because I'm not getting the minutes that I want, which was pretty selfish, to the team because they still needed me at the end of the day. People don't even know when I was a freshman, I was like a huge defensive piece for St. John's. I was a huge defensive piece for St. John's. So I like tell kids now, don't have that same mindset as me. Like, even if you're not playing, you still have to work on your game. You still got to go upstairs, talk to the coaches. You still got to go upstairs and watch film. Yes, it may be like 3 minutes of film of you. Watch the point guard that's in front of you. See what she doing. Why is she getting all the minutes? Like, you get what I'm saying? So I just try to tell kids that. So that was like pretty much my adversity that I had faced. And then like it was pretty selfish of me too because it's just 1 year that this girl's gonna be here, and then your sophomore year, you're back to the starting point guard. So then that's why I felt like my sophomore year, I struggled a lot because more of like offensively, I struggled because I didn't work on my game how I was supposed to. So I'll say that.
Yeah, because you was cooking. You got the Big East Rookie of the Week on December 2nd, following consecutive double figure scoring performances, with the first
Hmm.
coming at Florida with scoring
Hmm.
13 points, and then you
Hmm.
knocked at that time a career high 19 points and 7 assists
Again, who's that? Harvard.
against Harvard December 1st. You know
Hmm.
what I mean? So, but
Hmm.
of course, you know you go through that period, right? That sophomore slump, right, as they call it, right? They do
Hmm.
that on the hip hop end when people come out with their second album or whatever like that, and even sometimes it happens in sports.
Hmm.
But I think towards the end of the year, you kind of gain your confidence. And let me know if I'm right or wrong. When you poured in 20 points against Army in the first round of the WNIT,
Hmm.
right?
Yeah. Yeah, I had to understand, like, people don't understand scout too. Like, with me struggling so much, people didn't even guard me. Like that sophomore year, like me struggling offensively, like people didn't even guard me. So then, with coaching and everything, we had to make some adjustments, and pretty much, I put myself in position where I can be able to score and help the team, if that make any sense. Like, so I would say like I started to get rolling. I started to understand the game a lot more, you know, just understanding where you need to be and like, how to beat a team and just knowing like, your areas where you need to score the ball at. Like I would say that's when I've officially like started to grasp, the concepts and everything.
I try to tell some of these kids today, like, if you go into the gym to work out, work on the shots you're going to take in the game.
Mhm.
Right? Don't just
Mhm.
be taking random shots, because in the game you ain't going to be able to get those random
Get
shots.
the
You want to
ball.
prepare for them. You want to prepare for them, but
Mhm.
you want to make sure that you got these automatic shots that you know if you're put in those positions, it's a bucket.
Mhm. Mhm. I agree.
You know? So
I agree.
that's dope that you started to do that. All
Mhm.
right, now you had a career best with 13 assists against Georgetown, right?
Yeah,
And then you
senior.
follow, which is crazy. Right? People don't understand.
Mhm.
They think assists is easy to get. Assists and steals are some of the hardest things to get. Because of course you got to make sure you don't foul on the steals, but then you're depending on other people to put people in the right place to score,
Mhm.
right? Because
Mhm.
they take too many dribbles, it's a wrap. Your assist is done.
Mhm.
You know,
Mhm.
they turn the ball over, or you put them in a bad position, bad shot. Um,
Mhm.
how did you perfect that? And then you talked about earlier, like you were the pass first guard,
Mhm.
um, which is natural for most point guards. But what was your thing on making sure that you get your players in a perfect place to score?
So my junior year we came off a Big East championship, and I played with two amazing guards, Aaliyah Henfer and Denasia Grant. Played with two really great guards. They both got drafted. So a lot of people and a lot of coaches, what they realize though is like Lewis is the main key though. Like like Lewis is the one, Lewis is the one who really running the offense. Lewis is the one who getting them the ball. Like Lewis is the one that's putting them, like really Lewis is the one that's really making it happen. So I think by next year, my senior year, it was like, okay, Lewis is the one really running the show. Like Lewis is the one who's making this engine go. So then I had a really great coach. Her name was Tasha Pointer. She played at Rutgers and she like coached at Rutgers. And I can say she made me see the game through a different lens.
Mm.
She always just kept telling me, if you get to the Big East paint, you'll see how easy the game is just gonna open up. And I was just so confused, like, what you mean? Like, she would just say, like, you get to the Big East, you're gonna make a lot of things happen. So I just kept that in mind. And she always just told me, you're a fast guard, you're a quick guard. Nobody can stay in front of you. So it's no reason why you can't get to the Big East. So then I just like, took it in. And anytime like we ran a play or whatever, I just always knew I could beat my man and get to the Big East. And for some reason, somebody would just always step over. So if you step
And that's
up,
the
if I see the
paint, and
big
that's the
step
paint
up,
we call the Big
yeah,
East,
I'm like,
right?
and it's like I'm picking it apart. It was just easy. Like, okay, you step up, I'm gonna hit this person. You step up, you over here, or you want to help from here, I'm gonna hit this person. And
Mm.
honestly, that's really how like I just was able to, get 13 assists multiple times and lead the Big East in assists. Like it was just so easy. It was just like by my senior year, it was like I was like just playing out there where it was just I was doing whatever I want. And you come over here, you get a bucket. You get
That's
a bucket.
genius.
I'm just doming everybody out. That's
Wow.
pretty much how it like happened. I was just able to read the game. I was so much smarter about my senior year. And I knew everybody's like position on the floor. I knew everybody's strengths. I knew everybody's weaknesses. I knew our whole playbook by the back of my hand to the point where I was calling the offense. Like coach was just letting me rock. He was just letting me run the show for real.
Mm.
Mhm.
Wow.
Mhm.
Sean Riley, way to go, Aaliyah.
Mhm. Oh, that's family.
No doubt. No doubt. Now you scored a career high 27 points against Villanova in the Big East quarterfinals.
Mhm.
Like, at what point did you know, oh, I am balling out here? Like, at what point, 27 on any level is a great game. Like, and you doing it in the quarterfinals. At what point in the game before you knew, well, before the end of the game came, you had 27 that you knew you was cooking?
So like going back to Mike Toro, like I was telling you, he knew how to trigger me. He knew how to trigger me. So I remember like leading up to it, right? Mind you, we played Villanova last game of the season.
Mm-hmm.
They beat us. And they had a really good guard named Adriana Hahn. And she got the best of me. I'll give her that, She got the best of me that day. So then I remember, once the end of the season was over, it's like, the standings come out on like who you play for the Big East tournament. And we ended up getting Villanova. And I remember coach brought me in and basically he kept it real with me. Like, she killed you. That's how you get me. That's how you get me. Like, I'm one of them, like, you can't tell me somebody killed me. Like, that's gonna fuel fire to me. Like, you gotta know how to trigger me. You gotta just know how to trigger me. And that was something that just triggered me. Like, I bet. Wait till we play again. And then I came out just aggressive. Like early on. Like that pass first went out the window, even though I think I had like 5, 6 assists that game. But that pass first went out. It was just like, yeah, you gotta score the ball. And that's pretty much how I scored that 27.
You came out there with your hibachi apron and you was cooking,
Mm-hmm.
cooking. That's right. That's right. That's what we do.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. On the big stage too, which is crazy. So,
Mm-hmm.
after it was all said and done throughout your career at St. John's, um, like, did you have plans to go overseas? What did you do after college was over and your basketball career was over?
So pretty much like right after, St.
Or
John's was
college
ending.
career? Yes, yes.
Yeah, as soon as I finished that St. John's, I just knew I was going pro. Like that was like the next thing on my mind was like, okay, you're not going to the WNBA, so overseas is gonna be an option. So I'm like, okay, cool. I get the opportunity to go play in Finland.
Mm.
Um, my pro career was pretty short though. I only played 3 months out there. I went to Finland. Honestly, I didn't like it. Um, it was just different for me. Like basketball wasn't fun no more once I went over there. To me, it wasn't the same for me. Like, and I don't know if it was for me like not playing with the same girls, and then like outside of basketball was a big thing for me at St. John's. Like people don't even know where we were close. Like I was super close with my teammates. Like we were like locked in. So besides the basketball, like we had fun outside of the basketball thing. So I think like that's what like you know I struggled at. And then again, I'm not like a real open person. I'm not like I can be, but like I'm just not like a really just open, friendly person. Like that's not like how I am. But yeah, I was out there. I didn't enjoy it. And like some other stuff happened, but like I just decided like, all right, cool, this is not for me. I came back home. And that's when like adversity hit for me again because it's like, okay, what's gonna happen next? And I was not hooping. I took like a month off, and shout out to my mother because she's the person who caught it early. Like I was somebody like I was never home. Like one thing about my mom, she know I'm on the go. Like I was never home. I'm always outside. Like honestly, going here to go make some money. I'm going here like to like this basketball event. This basketball event, I'm going to the gym to work out. I'm doing this, and my mother caught it early. She noticed like, why you always in the house? Like my mother used to always be like, you always going out. Then she started to realize like, well, why she not going out? Then she started to say like, wait, why you in the house now? So my mother caught it real early, and then shout out to Mark Williams, Team Footprints. He's the guy who like got me kind of like to where my mental and everything is right now because he was texting me like, come to the gym. Like he was the one like, come to the gym. And it was like, come to the gym, work out, come work out and work on your game because you never know what's gonna happen next for you. You might get another contract. Like he's the one that like really got me out the house for real. Like where I was going to Queens, like, cause I'm in Staten Island, I'm going to Queens every day to go work out with him, and he making sure I'm good, like making sure I get back and forth and everything. So shout out to him, cause he's the one who got me out of it. But in the midst of it though, what he did was he had me working out with younger girls. So the younger girls is looking at me as like a role model, and like I'm like the one who they're looking at. And mind you, like I'm working out and everything, but I'm like also teaching them. And then he also like he started taking me to all these different events where he was like training girls. So then that's how I got into training. Like people don't even know, but like Marco is the reason why I went into training. He just had me like he was just throwing girls on me like, yeah, work with them. And I started to fall in love with it. And I'm like, okay, all right, I'm finding something outside of like me just dribbling what I like to do, like where I'm pouring into the young girls. And then I ended up going to the Final Four in April. It was in Columbus at the time, Columbus, Ohio, and I had went out there to go meet up with a friend. I went out there. I got a new agent, and I was in the combine. But along with that, I linked up with a friend. He was my manager at St. John's. His name was Hector. He was coaching at the time. He's like, "Yo, come to my hotel." And I went to his hotel, and I did not know that it was a whole convention center where coaches and everything. Yeah, I
Wow.
did not know that. I did not know like that was a thing at the Final Four. I did not know that. So he was introducing me to this. And what people don't even know is by me going there, I got offered a job to become a graduate assistant at UIC. So then at that point for me, it was like I had to make a decision. Do you want to continue to go back overseas and keep dribbling that ball? Or you want to start a new life and tap into who you really are and go get your master's degree along with coaching? So I had to, make a decision. First person that I called was my father. Um, I called them and I'm like, I need to tell you something. And we spoke about it and I mentioned the GA thing to him and he said, do it. And honestly, my dad was the first person that I spoke to because I wasn't gonna be playing basketball no more. So I thought my dad was gonna feel some type of way, but my dad did not feel no type of way, and that's why I always appreciate my dad because no matter what, he always supported me. Like anything that I wanted to do, he always just felt like whatever you do, you're gonna be great. So I had that conversation with him. He supported me, becoming a graduate assistant, and he was like super happy because my dad was the first person to ever say to me, "You're gonna be a really good basketball coach." I used to look at him crazy because I'm like, I don't want to coach, but he always used to say this to me. He used to say, "Yo, you'd be surprised. There's a lot of good point guards that are
Well,
coaches right now."
that's a fact. Some of
Yeah,
the
he
greatest
always
coaches, point guards. Yep.
Or point guards. He always used to say that to me. I remember it like to this day. And then I decided to take the job, and then him and my uncle um took my car and we drove up to Chicago. And that's how my UIC journey started.
No doubt. Listen, I talk about
Mhm,
this all the time. This is why within these conversations I talk about each transition, right? Because
mhm,
people got to know, especially young kids, got to know that in every journey in basketball, there's going to be different transitions, right?
mhm, yeah,
Transition when you go to elementary school, to junior
mhm,
high school, the college,
mhm, mhm,
and even if you make it to the pros, whatever. Once that basketball stops, right?
mhm,
Like once this thing that we call basketball, like you see this. Let me see. I think you got see that it got like a little dent in it. That ball ain't dribbling no more once he got that dent in it, right?
mhm,
It's what you're going to do afterwards, and being uh former athletes, we have a hard time in that transition. Some have an easier time, but the majority of us have a hard time because it's like, what do we do now? We spent our whole life playing basketball,
mhm,
and now we got planned on doing something out, maybe inside the sport, which is very few of us, and a lot of us do things outside of the sport, right? So I'm glad for your honesty on that, because we get those stories, and people just try to figure it out, and thank God you did, and super shout outs to your mom. You know what I'm
mhm,
saying, that to recognize that uh Mark from Team Footprints from getting you out the house, and Dad for giving you that okay to make sure that he was cool with you not playing no more, so you could take that job.
mhm,
No doubt.
mhm,
Super shout out to Mark for Team Footprints.
mhm,
Man,
for sure.
that is crazy, man. That is crazy, right?
Mhm.
Um, when you came up playing, of course, in the exciting time for girls basketball, do you feel that New York City has recaptured that in the last couple of years?
Like, what you mean? Explain that. Like, what you mean by
Well,
that?
with the amount of talent pool that's in girls basketball right now.
I mean, I don't want to sound like a hater or anything,
No,
but
you gonna keep it a buck.
we,
You've seen it. You've seen it
yeah,
from
like,
both sides.
like we have talent here though, but my opinion, it's not what it used to be. It's not. But then again, too, you do got to take into consideration. It's harder for girls now to like get scholarships, though. Like, but I feel like these girls got a lot more opportunity now. Like, there's so much opportunity now for these girls, but I just feel like the talent's not the same. Like, it's not. Like I just was telling you earlier, I felt like every team had 2 to 3 D1 girls on their team. Me personally, I don't think it's that right now. Like I don't think we have that much, you know, talent. And I'm hoping we get back to that. And that's why these girls gotta like, you know, really lock in and work on your game. Like really work on your game, and like, you got to get around the right people, and that's the biggest thing right now. Knowing who's the right people. And I know it's hard because people tell you anything now. This is the world we live in now, and it's just crazy because it's like we got handlers now, we got this, we got that, and it's just really you got to understand like and find like who are the right people, who are the people that genuinely care, to help your kid and not want anything, from your kid. And that's why like I honor myself because I don't want nothing from these kids. Like we right now, we talking about my story. I done did it all. I done did it all. So like when I'm working with these kids, I do not want nothing from you, but I want you to at least experience the things that I experienced and go further ahead. Go further ahead of me. Like, yeah, I won a Big East championship. Go win. Now you go win 2, 3 conference championships. You go get a player of the year. You go get this. You go get that. Like, go up it. Like, you know what I'm saying? So I don't think like this is the conversation like these parents, I mean these kids, along with their parents is having with these, you know, like with these trainers or whoever they like working with. Like you got to really put yourself around the right people, and that's gonna get your kid right. And not even talking about basketball getting your kid right, but pouring real life into your kid. Like the same way I just told you, like what life was for me, like not dribbling the ball no more. You got to share that story with some kids. And that's why I tell kids now, like, who are you? Who are you right now? And people don't even know, like, on the side, I mentor a lot of kids. Like, I got a kid that I spoke to the other day. She she wants to continue playing basketball. She ended up getting hurt, but she has like a full academic scholarship, right? She had a full academic scholarship to go to Syracuse. But she talked about she want to go to like this community college, this, that, and the third. Girl, you just got hurt too.
That's a
If you don't
fact.
go take that full scholarship, nobody ain't trying to pay for school. I know your mother ain't trying to pay for school, and then you gonna turn down a Syracuse degree. Girl, if you don't go there and go get your education, and then I said, listen, basketball is gonna always be there. You could be around it. So I told her, there's other opportunities. You could go be a manager. Go be a manager. Now you around the game. There's different opportunities. You could be a practice player. You could also learn how to be filmed. This could lead you into going to get your master's. Like you got to know how to play the game. I'm pouring all of this into her, and she actually listens. She's at Syracuse right now. She just got offered to go be the manager. Now she just called me and just like was happy. Let's go. What's next? Now, what's next for you? Now, the next thing I'm trying to pour into her is like, okay, we're gonna teach you how to do film. I'm gonna teach you how to do film because I know how to do film. When you get healthy, you can be a practice player. Anything you need to know. And I'm somebody who did this, so that's why it's like easy for me to pour it into her. Like, you know what I'm saying? So that's why I'm like, nah, like we gotta teach kids like the right thing. Like we got to teach these kids the right thing, and I'm always open to listen to kids, and I always tell kids like, yes, I'm probably your coach this time and the third, but no, I want to be a life coach, like at the end of like end all be all. That's why I try
That's
to do the
right.
right thing now.
You helping people win. You
Yes,
helping people win at the game of life.
exactly. Like I'm trying to get people right. I'm trying to help people. Like that's really how I am.
This is so awesome, so awesome. So now, um, I want to touch on something. We're gonna go back to St. John's because
Mhm.
my guy's niece and one of my guy's daughters, former Queen of New York, Ariel Little. I saw her
Mhm.
recently, and she looked like a totally transformed person.
Mhm.
Ready to recapture those moments that she had in high school. Uh, what do you think about Ariel and her transformation and how successful she could be at that level?
I think with Ari, she could be really really good. She see the flow well, and she's like a true point guard too, like me. I think with her is really like trying to understand the game. Like you gotta really like understand the game, watch film, like knowing like how to really read and play this game. Like I think that's the growth for her, and I think she needs to watch a lot of film. Like you gotta watch a lot of film, like just knowing what you can do. Like I understand coming out of high school, you was a scorer. The scoring is going to come. You have to be able to know how to make people better. So that's why you got to watch film. Like you got to just be able to watch film, know how to make these people better, knowing how to like just, be able to read defenses. I think once she understands that part, the scoring is going to come because she can shoot the three ball. She can stretch the floor. And I think that's what I really like about her, the fact that she can shoot the three ball. She could also pass the ball really well, but I think for her it's just really understanding the game and letting it slow down for her so she could really be able to like pick it apart. So I would just say for Ari, keep being great. I was there with her, all last year, and I loved a lot of things about her. She brought a different, aspect to the game, and like when she came in, she knew how to pass, she knew how to stretch the floor with the three ball. I think for her it's just really understanding that point guard position, just knowing, the offense and watching tons of film, and I think that's what's gonna separate her, and she's gonna be good. Cause I'm not worried about the offensive end. That's gonna come.
Nah, that's sounds
Mhm.
like some very, very good advice.
Mhm.
Some very good advice. Can't wait for that to happen.
Yeah,
Now,
that's what I think.
if you could change one thing about your career, uh, what would it be and why?
I would say probably shoot the ball more. That's might be the only thing. Just shooting the ball a little bit more because I felt like I was a lot passive in certain areas. Like, but I would say just shoot the ball more, Leah. Like, just shoot the ball more. And it's so funny. God bless my father. He played ball too. So just growing up, I always heard like my father was a really good shooter, and my father did not pass the ball. So my father used to always say to me like, "Yeah, she didn't get that from
Rest in
me."
peace to dad.
Yeah,
That's right.
he used to always say that to me like, "Yeah, nah, she didn't get that from me because y'all know I ain't never passed." So, so I would just say that like I wish I would have just probably just shot the ball a little bit more, and that's about it. Like I don't think I want to change anything. I was successful. I'm happy with how my career went. I think I chose the right school, and I can't can't say nothing else about it. It's a blessing too to be able a kid like me to even go Division 1. With my circumstances and how I grew up, and just knowing my mom, I know she didn't have it all, but me just knowing that I had a talent, and we gonna ride it till the wheels fall off. And I got 2 degrees, like looking back at it.
That's awesome. Let's tell
Mhm,
people about your dad who got a park named after him and the things that you do out in Staten Island to
mhm,
celebrate his life. Let's talk
mhm.
about that a little bit.
He was just amazing. Like I can't even I don't even know how to really explain it. Um, he was just amazing. Like just a good person. I can't tell you any bad stories about him. Like everyone who talks about my dad, they just always speak highly of him. I do remember though, like I said, I used to just be in the stroller traveling with him, and he used to just have all the kids with him, and all the kids loved him. Like at the time, like when I was younger, a baby, everybody just loved him. And then as I got older, and then basketball became a thing for me, it was still the same thing. Like now I'm traveling, I'm playing on the team with all the boys, and we traveling everywhere. And he just always made sure everybody was good. Like he just always made sure everybody was good. He also refereed a lot of basketball games in Staten Island.
Yeah,
And people always told me like my dad didn't even do it for the money. It was really for the love. Like my dad didn't get paid a lot of the times. He just honestly just truly loved the community. And honestly, if these kids is on a basketball court, that's the best thing for them, and they're safe, and he knows that they're there. So he was just really a really just good community guy. Like I can't even preach on him too much because at the end of the day, how I look at it is like that's my father. I'm not looking at all the other things too. And then once I went to school, and once I went to college, he was always on Staten Island doing a lot of the refing and all this other stuff. I didn't really see that stuff. You get what I'm saying? I just know my dad called me. He'd be like, "Yo, yeah, I just went to this tournament. Yo, this person was hooping." So I really wasn't there for a lot of that stuff though. But he was just I can't even just he was just just an amazing person. Like everyone just spoke highly about him, and with them just renaming a park after him, I understand why. I understand why. And then just recently, I want to say I don't know if it was this February, yeah, this February that just passed. He got honored at this at CSI High School. They gave me a proclamation um thing on him, and he got honored, and it was really dope. I said a nice speech on him, and the thing was I had a really good speech, and everyone was super excited about it because I don't talk much. It's really I really just looked at it like that's my father. Like he's being himself. But I'm not realizing the impact that he's leaving on the community back then. So I just look at it now for me being older, I see a lot of the things that he done, I'm doing it now. So I just feel like when I do good things, I just be like, damn, I'm really just doing what my father was doing. And it hurts me sometimes because I be feeling like I wish he was here with me. Because he'll be right by my side doing the things that I'm doing. And I think I be saying to myself, I feel like I'll be further if he was by my side, but it is what it is. He's not here. I got to be strong enough to just, continue to be myself and do what it is that I love to do. And it's just so happily the things that he was doing is the things that I love to do. And that's why, now I try to pour into people as much as I can. I do a day of honor for him back in Staten Island, and I want to be pretty more consistent with it. It's just I be having a lot going on in my life, but
right.
but it's not even bad stuff. I be having a lot with me. It's a really a lot of good things. It's actually really good opportunities and stuff like that. But I feel right now I'm starting to really figure out the direction that I want to go, and like the things that I do want. So I'm hoping like, next year I can do the event for him, and moving forward just really just be consistent, with it though. But yeah, like the event that I do is pretty cool. Like my goal is, just give out as much as I can. I really appreciate Staten Island. I love Staten Island to death because I don't put out no money for the event. I pretty much get money from like the community. The community gives me money. Also too, like, Roast Classic donated to me. Like just different people donate money to me, and I appreciate each and every one of them. So that's pretty much how I do my dad's event. And I don't come out of pocket for nothing, and I use all that money to like get the t-shirts. Wherever it is I want to invest into the, event, I use all of that money to them. And I don't want no kid to pay nothing. Like, I do the ref fees and stuff like that. I like paid out of my own money for that. Cause I'm not doing that to no kids. Like, no, I don't want to do that. This is a day of honor. And I know what my dad did. My dad did a lot of things for free. So that's why I was like, no, I want to bring everybody out here, have a good time, and everything honestly is just on me. Like I want this to just be a good vibe, and we just gonna have a great event.
Man, just let me know when you decide to do it this
I'll
year
let
if
you
you're
know.
gonna do
Yeah,
it.
pull up.
Definitely, and I'm definitely
Come to
gonna pull
Staten
up.
Island.
For sure, for sure, for sure. All right, before we start the, get into the the hardest part of the show, um, what are you listening to now?
Yeah, I listen to a little bit of everybody right now.
Like
Right now,
go ahead.
right now, like music wise, okay, I'm listening to Gunna. I'm listening to some Gunna right now.
I heard this album is amazing.
Yeah, he has a really good album. I'm listening to NBA YoungBoy, Lil Durk. Those are like probably like my top three right now. Like who I listen to
Right.
like heavy, and then like I listen to the R&B too. I listen to the R&B too. That's a wide range though, because I could go old school, I could go a little new school, so I'm a little all over though. But I listen to everybody.
Listen, I want to put you on to somebody. Her name is Tiana Major Nine.
Let's see.
She got this song called Shook One. She did the song
Okay.
over. I just because it caught my attention on TikTok, and then I actually saw the video. I was like, wow,
Okay.
because she mixed the Mary J. Blige with the hip hop and R&B.
Okay.
Um,
Okay.
I thought that was
You
dope.
gotta send that to me. Text that to me. You gotta text that to me.
Yeah, 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 yeah,
I'll
for
tune
sure,
in.
for sure, for sure, for sure, for sure. I'm a big music guy. Uh,
Yeah.
I don't know if you saw a post today. I posted Fat Joe and Jada talking about a good friend of mine's and my former producer. I was actually in the music game for a minute.
All right.
Um, yeah, that's why I came back. That's why I'm just coming back to basketball in 2020. So that's a whole nother story. People will get that when I do the documentary. Um,
Okay.
but they were just talking about Flavor in Your Ear, right? So my guy made that beat. He also made uh going back to Cali for Big. He made Warning. Like he did some really big records. Lex Cool Beamers and Benz. He did a lot of big records. But I just remember that time when everybody was freestyling over Flavor in Your Ear. And I remember
Mhm.
him having that song and a lot of people kind of turning it down. And then when Craig Mack finally does it, everybody wants to be on it. So
On it.
it's crazy, right? All right. So listen, that's a little quick story about myself. Let's get have some fun. You ready for the top five?
Yeah, let's do it.
You sure?
Positive.
You don't have a choice. Let's go.
Top five. Top five.
All right, all right. The hardest part of the show. This is where we get you in trouble a little bit. But I know you're all for it. All right. The top five players you played with.
Oh, okay. I'm gonna go Aaliyah Hanford, uh Denasia Grant, Jade Walker. Those are my St. John's teammates too. Those are three
That's
right there.
three. Yep, yep.
That's three right there. I don't want to be biased. I might go all St. John's.
That's what the hardest part of the show.
All right, no, them three for sure though. Them three for sure. That I play with. I'll go with Leah Jones. I won with her, so I'll go with Leah Jones. I won with her. And lastly, hmm, that I played with. I played with some really good people.
Yeah,
This one might
yeah.
be so random though, but I liked her. I had an AU team. Her name was Taylor Rooks. Taylor Rooks. She was an undersized post, but she knew how to get to it. So I'll go her.
No doubt, no doubt. Okay, top five players you played against.
Top five players I played against. Oh, I'm gonna go. Maggie Lucas. She killed me in the Rose. That's what. Yeah, she got number one. She killed me. She was like my welcome to. She was my welcome to Rose Classic. Maggie
Right,
Lucas.
right.
Oh my God. Maggie Lucas. Hmm, played against a lot of people. Woo. Kelsey Mitchell.
Mm,
Uh,
tough.
I go Courtney Williams. Yeah, I go Courtney Williams.
Two more.
I'll go. I want to say Stewie, but I feel like she didn't go off against us though. I want to say I just feel
She
like she
nice,
didn't go
but she ain't
off.
go off against y'all.
Yeah, like she
I
didn't go
get you.
off.
I get
So
you.
like
I
I
get you.
don't want to put her in there, but she tough. Like Stewie tough
Right.
though. Trying to think who like went off. I'll give Bianca Cuevas because that was just always a thing. Like people always just talked about her, talked about me. Like that was just always like a thing. I'll give it
Listen,
to
if you
her.
cool with her,
Yeah.
please, I need to get her on the show
Really?
because she went off on a post that I made because I forgot her name, and I was just like,
Oh, she
I didn't
did.
write, but I didn't write the post. I got it from somewhere else, and
Don't
they
do
left
too
her
much
name
on
off.
him, B. Nah, I can
Yeah,
reach out to her. Though. I
but
don't talk
definitely,
to her like
definitely,
that, but I can reach out to her though. I
I
can.
appreciate that.
I can. And lastly, played against. I'm trying to think. Oh man, I played against so many people. I'm gonna go. Brittany Sykes.
Okay,
Played against her in high school. She killed us. Yeah, I'll give it to her. She
tough,
cool though. That's my
tough,
dog. Yeah, I'll give it to Brittany Sykes. She killed us in high school.
tough. Okay,
Mhm.
top five female players in New York City history according to yourself.
Epiphany Prince.
Mm.
Sue Bird.
Oh, facts. Salute to Sue Bird. Salute to Sue
Yeah.
Bird. We had three. We had three New Yorkers in the Hall of Fame this year. Carmelo, Billy Donovan, Sue Bird. So salute to all three of them.
Wait, Billy Donovan from New York?
He from Long Island.
Oh, I ain't know that. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I ain't
And
know
Billy
that.
was tough. Billy was tough in high
Oh, I didn't know
school.
that. I didn't know
Oh,
he's from
yeah.
here.
Oh, yeah. That's a fact.
um, but yeah, Piff, Sue Bird, really like who had like really good careers that I really remember. I'll go Tina Charles.
Mm.
I'm gonna go this girl named Nikki Anasiki. She from Staten Island. She went to Tennessee. She won a couple national championships with Tennessee.
Wow. Definitely got to
Uh,
get her on. Oh, I need to get all of them on. Like, I just want to do a whole week like this women. I've done it before.
Women.
Yeah, that's it. A whole week. That's a fact.
Okay, that was four I gave you,
Yeah,
and
one more.
who's like my goats? Like, oh man, what are you trying to think of one? I don't want to give Christ the King another one. I feel like I gave him like 2, 3 already. But they had them though. Like Christ the King had them. Goats, man. I didn't see her play, but I always heard about her. Oh wait, matter of fact, Nisha Butler.
Definitely. And who was you gonna
Nisha Butler.
mention outside of that? Because you can't get a person off the bench, but for namesake, who was you gonna mention outside of Nisha Butler, who was well deserved?
Oh, I didn't see her for real though, but I was gonna say like I got two people.
All
I
right,
was gonna
this
go.
is not
I
this is
was
not a
gonna
top
go.
five. She just mentioning the names.
I was gonna go either Shanika Smith or I was gonna go with like Shamika Horsclaw, but like I didn't
Oh,
see her play
I
for real,
saw her
for real.
play. She was
Yeah, I'm about to say, but I
tough.
just New
Ooh.
York City basketball, and I know the history. I always heard like, nah, yeah, like
That's a fact.
she's one of the
That's a
ones. So I'll go maybe Shanika or
No. We Nisha. She's in. That's it.
Okay,
Done.
okay.
That's it. Let's see. We both drink. We both drink. Come on, Polar Spring. We need some sponsorship. That's right. That's right. Hey, listen, Aaliyah, I appreciate you coming on. Honestly, people don't understand. This has been a couple of years in the making. We finally got a chance to do this. You have an amazing story. I just want to say thank you for giving us the joy to watch you play, to know that your name ring bells around New York City, and to let you know that you're definitely one of the greatest players to come out of New York City. So salute, Aaliyah Lewis. For sure.
I appreciate that. Thank you for having me. I know we was been supposed to do this years ago.
That's a fact. That's a fact.
We really was.
That's a fact. But yeah, I appreciate this, and let's stay in contact. And look, I want to come down when you get to the program, and you're having a session or something. Let's plan it out. I'm gonna come down, and we could do a sit down there, and you could talk about what you got going on there as well.
All right, yeah, let's do that. Yeah, we could make that happen.
No doubt, no doubt. Appreciate you. And it's crazy, right? Because I've been doing these YouTube interviews for a minute, and I just noticed I could put the screen like that for the beginning, but now I know. Aaliyah Lewis helped me make that happen for sure. All right.
Yep.
All right, Queen, be good.
I appreciate you.
Yes, yes. Wow. Look at that. You never know, right? Dreams do come true, even through times of adversity, right? She talked about having a great freshman year, sophomore year, junior year, senior year, high school, win the state championship, and then gets to St. John's, starts, and then someone comes in to replace her, and she hits adversity. And she stopped working like she did to get there. And she uses that now to motivate and encourage kids to not do the same, because once you stop working, somebody else is back there working harder than you. And she realized that, and that's why she picked up the pace and did what she did for, her next 3 years at St. John's, and became one of their greats. And now she's giving back to the community in a big way. So salute to New York City's own Aaliyah Lewis, one of New York City greatest point guards. Well, we're about to get out of here. Y'all know what it is. I'm your host, Glenn Poole Harding, and you've been watching Basketball Heads Live, the official home for New York City basketball. Peace.
Y'all ready? Y'all ready? Yeah. You have just stepped out into the world of chaos, where everybody goes hard. Come on. Go hard. Go hard. Go hard. Go hard. Go hard. Or go home. Never back down. You gotta hold your own. Go hard. Go hard. Go hard. Go hard. Go hard. East Coast. Go hard. West Coast. Go hard. Midwest. Go hard. Dirty. Hurry up, everybody. Get online. Buy your tickets, cause the game about to start.